What you drinking this morning? Hey, Voz. Hey, how you doing today? It's your girl, LaShonda Henry here, aka Sister Sense with a little cup of Joe, so I can help you grow your business with strategy and intention. Welcome, welcome. Hey, hey, hey. Good morning, good morning, good morning, my dears. So, look, I'm jumping on here because I want to share some boss up your business morning routines. At the end of the day, one of my favorite quotes is as follows, okay? Random efforts equal random results. It's a great reminder to those of you who are looking to get more consistent and more productive in your business, right? I was trying to like pause for a second to figure out what I wanted to say. More consistent and productive in your business. Hey, my dear, good morning, good morning. So feel free to share this out because that's what it's all about. Sharing is caring. That's number one. So bring your business besties into the building. If you want to tag them, tweet them, do what you need to do so they can come on here and we can talk about morning routines. That's number one. And of course, number two, make sure that you turn on those alerts and notifications so that you can see when I'm live, so you can jump on here live with me. So, like I said, it's a great reminder. Random effort equals random results. So, you want to get better results in your business, get better at creating great routines. I'm just going to drop a few of these on you, so feel free to take notes and also share some of your favorite routines with me too. Okay. So, all right, let's jump into this conversation. First thing that I like to do is a check in, right? So, I start my morning by checking in with me so that I can see what I need to get done, right? So, number one is a calendar check in. Okay. Now, there are a couple of things that when you're the boss, you have to kind of learn, right? And one of those things is that you can run your day or let your day run you, right? You understand what I'm saying? You're the boss, you run the day. So you've got to be able to really clearly define what your day is supposed to look like, right? So a calendar check in for me is number one. So I can look at who, what, and where. Who I'm supposed to be talking to or working with today. What am I supposed to be doing today? Where do I need to be today? Most days, bless God, I need to be right here in my home office. But there are other days that I've got other things to do, right? Like this weekend, I've got my North Carolina 3-day weekend workshop. Some amazing ladies coming out. So I'm going to be in a beautiful suite at the Hilton for the 3 days coming up. But today, there are certain things that I need to do. So the first thing I need to check in with, as far as me and my calendar, the who, the what, and the where. Okay, that's number one. Number two, I actually have a few calendars that I'm really committed to, right? Number one, I love Google Forms. Everybody, well, sorry, I said Google Forms because Google has a whole bunch of stuff. Google Calendars. Does everybody have a Google Calendar? It's absolutely free. So I've got a Google Calendar. That's kind of like the base foundation for me. But I'm going to be honest with you, I don't really use Google Calendar directly. There's an app there's a company called Readly, Readly, and they've got an awesome calendar app, and it's called Calendars. I've got an iPhone, okay? So I've been using the calendar app by Readly forever and ever, and it's connected to my Google Calendar, right? So I've got kind of two of those working in tandem together. So today actually is Wednesday, and I have clarity calls with clients on Wednesday, 30 minutes, 60 minutes, and even 3-hour sessions, right? So I always look at what's supposed to be happening today. And one of my first go-tos is my calendar. And you can, by the way, let me know if you use a particular calendar or certain apps. Again, I like the Google Calendar. I have the Calendars app by Readly on my iPhone. And the number three that I use on my iPhone, it's the Reminders app that's in there by default. So I put reminders in there so that I can see what I have to do, right? So, for example, outside of business stuff, I've got personal stuff like the puppy needs to go to the vet on Tuesday, right? You know, my kid has something to do at school. All of those little things, plus the business reminders, I put in there. My mother's birthday, yay, is tomorrow, right? So, just little things so that my old lady brain does not forget what's going on in my world, right? And I've got little reminders like, don't forget your mama's birthday. Don't forget your mama's birthday. So love the reminders app as well. And it comes on my phone by default. So I personally am super, super excited about sharing that with you. You can call me Michonne. Hey, welcome, my dear. I have Google Calendar and reminders app as well. Okay, yeah, absolutely swear by those. Those are my absolute favorites. Okay. So first thing, check in calendar, right? Now, in addition to just kind of me looking at my calendars, I also create a top 3 to-do list. Okay. So I'm getting older. I'm 39. I'm going to be 40 this year. Yay, 40 years strong. And I remember there was a time when I was doing my business, because by the way, I've been doing this for almost 2 decades now. I would be like 12 hours good. I'd just be like, bam, 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 working in the business, like 12, 14 hours good. Now, after like 2, 3 hours, I need a freaking nap. Any nappers in the building? If you like to take naps, put napper in the comments for me, okay? Oh, by the way, whether you're watching live or via the replays, there's always an opportunity to participate because I love to see what you guys say after the fact. So definitely comment, my replay watchers. And if you're watching me on the replay side, always remember to drop into the comment box hashtag replays rock, okay? But the deal with that is simply this. After a couple of tasks, my brain just fries up and I'm just like, I need a nap. I can't do anymore. So when it comes to the check-in calendar, of all the things that I have to do, I actually create like a top 3 list of to-dos. So I'm like, okay, at the very least, one of my favorite quotes is, you wake up determined, go to bed satisfied. So I could go to bed satisfied knowing that at the very least, I did my top 3. Okay. And then I took a nap. So think about that. When it comes to your morning routine, specifically this morning, right? What are 3 things that you say, these are the top things on my to-do list, okay? Because again, you can run your day or you can let your day run you. So you got to be able to prioritize some things that needs to happen. Your calendar being one good source to give you a sense of, okay, these are the things that need to happen today. And then the next great source to me personally is having that top 3 list, right? Now, just as a reminder, because I said to you today is Wednesdays and I do my clarity calls today. If you ever said I wanted to sit down and talk to you, LaShonda, one-on-one, number one, you could actually go over to callme.sistasense.com and schedule a session with me. You can go to Sister Sense, go to callme.sistasense.com. You can schedule a session. Even before the session, you can click the gray tab on the right of the website and send me a voice message, right? I've got clients all over the world. I was just talking to a client, a potential client anyway, she's in Canada. I've got clients in the UK. I've got clients in Africa. I've got clients in Suriname. I've got clients everywhere. There's people who talk to me all over the world, right? And I love that. So whether you're local in the States or international, if you want to check in with me, again, you can go over to callme.sistasense.com. That's number one. But number 2, I actually have something fabulous and new for those of you who actually want to get a set of calls. Go to sistasense.com/555. Write that down, 555. That's one of my personal angel numbers. I wanted to be able to give you 3 things, 5 of each, okay? 5 calls with me, 5 months in my mastermind, and my 5-point business growth plan, okay? 5 calls, 5 months, 5-point plan. When you go over to sistasense.com/555, that's not going to be there forever, but for this week in particular, it's available over there, and we'll see how long it is before I take that down, okay? But you want to go over there and take a look at that. If you say, man, I would love to be able to call you at different times whenever you want to, you got 5 calls with me, 5 months in my mastermind, and the 5-point business plan, okay? So that's number 1. Number 2 for me is morning money. Morning money, bringing in that morning money, honey. So, okay, what does that mean? In the morning, I'm strategically about my business, right? You need to be about your business too. So when it comes to morning money, I think about the MMAs. You guys know what MMAs mean? If you don't, I'm kind of curious to see what you guys think an MMA is. Not mixed martial arts, because that's an MMA. That's one of my hubby's favorite MMAs. What do you think MMA means? If you're watching the replay, pause it so that you can put into the comment box what you think MMA means. Hopefully you know. We're having a Jeopardy moment. Well, okay. MMA for me is money making activities, right? So if you want to make that money in the morning, one of your girl boss routines needs to be taking action steps to actually generate money, right? So one of the things I talk about when it comes to MMAs is first defining your focus offer. What's one particular offer you're focused on promoting and selling today? Outside of you having a store, outside of you having multiple products and programs and services, what's something that you are strategically and intentionally selling today? Okay. So, for example, really simple MMA. This morning, I checked in with my audience and I said, hey, I don't know if you know this, but if you want to get 5 clarity calls, make sure that you go over to sistersense.com/555. So you can get 5 clarity calls, 5 months in the mastermind, and the 5-point business plan. So I checked in with a segmented list, not everybody, but I sent out a email to several segmented lists just to let them know that that was available. And I said, hey, by the way, you want to make sure that if you aren't already doing so, you check in and watch my morning live sessions. They're at about 8:30 in the morning. Make sure that you find me on Periscope, YouTube, Facebook, or catch the replays, right? So one of the ways that I'm consistent when it comes to my morning routines is making sure that I'm about my money, my MMAs. Okay. So periodically I will jump on here and share different MMA activities with you. But I'm going to be honest with you. One of the best places to get daily action activities from me as part of my DDIP daily domination through implementation program. So I don't know if are you in the DDIP program? Put yes or no if you're in the DDIP program. Basically, DDIP is me sharing with you action activities that you can do 365 days. So if you say, oh girl, I'm not in the program, I want to start today, you can go over to sistersense.com/DDIP. When you start on the first day, you start on the first day. So you haven't missed anything. But every day I share action activities and those MMAs, those things that personally I do that recommend that you can do too. So you're strategic and intentional in your business. Okay. Because again, remember, write this down. You can run your day or let your day run you. And y'all know some of y'all letting your day run you. You got a full plate and all of these things are happening, just random things and random results. You want to be strategic and intentional with your day. You won't slay the day with strategy and intention, right? So checking in with your calendar is number 1. Number 2, working on your MMAs, your money making activities. So today, I actually encourage you to think about one particular offer that you want to sell and find one way to sell that thing, right? So outside of me sharing with my list about the new 555 business breakthrough bundle with those 5 good goods, right? Well, 3 good goods, 5 of each, right? I've got individuals who've reached out to me and said, LaShonda, I need you to help me with ... So responding to those individual messages outside of sharing those larger list email messages, action activities, right? Things that you can do consistently. So let's move on to the next one here, which is number 3, morning motivation, right? So you want to have some motivation in the morning that can help you move forward. Interestingly enough, I want to say, was it yesterday or the day before yesterday? Just out of curiosity, I went on Facebook, on my Facebook page and on my personal page, and I said, y'all, I need to know what your favorite podcasts are, because I love listening to podcasts and I love being able to learn from other people who are motivational, inspirational. There are other entrepreneurs with great recommendations. I love that kind of stuff. I geek out on that stuff, right? So first and foremost, if you want to listen to my podcast, you can go to itunes.sistersense.com, or you can just go on iTunes and search for LaShonda Henry, because I actually have 2 podcasts, Daily Direction and the Success Podcast Series. I got 2 of them on iTunes, and I absolutely love podcasts. So first and foremost, if you've got a podcast that you have a podcast, share it with me. You can share it with me now. Or if you recommend a podcast, because I'm making a list, I want to see what my business besties like to listen to, right? So drop one of your favorite podcasts into the comment box. And if you've got one specifically that you host, drop that in there too. Now, if you have a podcast and you are looking for people to interview, hello, your girl You can email me, sistersense@gmail.com, and say, LaShonda, I would love to have you on the show. I'm there. Okay. I am there. Okay. So one of the things that I talk about is being in a place where you can get that morning motivation, right? So number one, I love to know what podcasts you listen to. I recommend that you have something that you can glean some motivation from, either watching it like you're watching me right now in the morning, or things that you can listen to right now, right? That's something for you to consider, number one. Number two, are there certain things that you do in the morning to help you get motivated? Do you journal in the morning, right? Do you watch certain things in the morning? So, for example, here is the gratitude journal. I don't know if you know, Miss Kim Close, Kim Close. Miss Kim Coles, one of my favorite business besties. And I built a couple of websites for Kim and did some business consulting with her as well. Absolutely love Kim. This is her gratitude journal, number one. If you like journaling, bam. This is the Good Morning Girl Boss journal. And I absolutely had the best time creating this one. I'm actually working on some new journals. I can't wait to show you guys my new journals. But this is the Good Morning Girl Boss journal series. You can listen to the audios. You can listen to you can watch videos, because I do have a few Good Morning Girl Boss videos that I've done on YouTube. And you can get the actual journals themselves over at sistersense.com/GMGB, which stands for Good Morning Girl Boss. Now, today is the 15th. I designed this Girl Boss journal so that you can say, okay, what's today's date? And then you can find the day that is in here to read the message for the day. Okay. So before I do anything else, I'm on the page. How awesome is that? I'm already on the page. It's got some beautiful pictures in there, right? Let me show you day 15. Here is the message for today, okay? Don't wait, create, boss. Don't wait for the right time, place, or person to put you on and help you break through. You need no one's permission. Stay on your mission. The only person who needs to put you on is you. Create the opportunities that you seek, build your own doors, pave your own way, climb your own peaks today. So if you needed a little bit of motivation, there you go, right? Don't wait, create. That's the message for today, okay? That's a tweetable. You can write that down and tweet it out and at Sister Sense. Don't wait, create, right? That's the motivational message for today. And again, think about where you're getting your morning motivation from. Outside of creating journals, I love to utilize journals. I just showed you Kim Coles's gratitude journal. One of my favorites is Jesus Calling. Do you guys know Jesus Calling, the devotionals? When I'm like, Jesus, Lord, I need you to cover and protect me today, I get in my Jesus Calling book. I read my devotional for the day so I can get my little bit of protection and spiritual covering. Okay. So, feel free to let me know what you use in the morning. If there's a particular journal, you can drop that in there. I'm curious to see what you guys use. Let me know if you've got the Good Morning Girl Boss series. If you use Jesus Calling, if there's a particular devotional series. What do you do in the morning, right? So that's number 3 for me. Morning motivation, right? So I talked about calendar check-ins. That was number 1. Morning money, number 2. Number 3 was morning motivation. Okay. So those are things that you can consider. And by the way, like if you need somebody to help you to work on consistently staying motivated and maintaining your momentum, that's why I'm here. So outside of the things that I personally share here, which by the way, make sure that you're turning on those alerts and notifications so that you can see when I'm here. Take a moment. If you're enjoying this, can you share it out or give me a thumbs up or a like or something? Right? Can you like it so I know that this is a particular training or video that you actually enjoyed? And then I'll do more of those, right? But outside of that, I'm just consistent about showing up because it's something that I love to do. I love to show up and check in with you. So outside of me doing these live sessions, again, get your clarity calls so that you can talk with me one-on-one, right? So make sure that you write that down, sistersense.com/555, not the words, the numbers, so that you can take a look at the 555 big breakthrough bundle. My goal is to help you have your best year ever and break through those challenges, those delays, those distractions with 5 clarity calls, 5 months in my mastermind, and the 5-point business breakdown. Okay, that's a growth plan, 5-point business growth plan. Now, funny enough, talking about breakthroughs and breakdowns, number 4 is the Boss Up Breakfast. The Boss Up Breakfast is an opportunity for me to sit down and get a little bit of direction, a little bit of clarity, right? So, what do you do when you eat breakfast in the morning? I'm just curious. Like, what do you do when you eat breakfast in the morning, right? Are you rushing out? Are you driving? Are you eating it on the train? Like, what do you do, right? I work at home. So because I work at home, it's an opportunity for me to, as I'm, making breakfast and eating breakfast, sit down and binge on my favorite business besties, right? So this is my Boss Up Business Breakdown. Everybody, in order to elevate, I'm sure there are certain people that you consider to be your mentors. Maybe me, I don't know, possibly. Right? So I've got people who I consider to be my mentors, right? Whether I work with them directly or indirectly by just simply taking advantage of the different resources that they share and sell, right? So I invest in programs as well. I just actually took, and I was super, super excited about that. My girl, April Franks Hunt, she had an amazing 7-day program on how to boss up with bots. Funny enough, I'm talking about Boss Up Breakfast, right? So for 7 days, she said, okay, I'm going to share with you guys how to create bots and automation on using Facebook Messenger, right? So that's a great example of something that I would dive into and participate in on a daily basis, right? And so there are times when I'm eating my breakfast in the morning and I'm just really just consuming something that's going to help me boss up my business, right? Outside of the things that I share with you, there are times when, again, I'm getting my mentorship and my training too, because everybody at a level is always looking to elevate and have people around them that can help them do just that. Think about Oprah, right? Everybody wants to be Oprah. Doesn't she tell you she has a book club? Doesn't she tell you she's got people that she reads and follows because they've got philosophies and systems that work really well, right? And so she takes advantage of absorbing those things. That's something that I do as well. Hey, Miss Gentili. Good morning, good morning, good morning, my dear. Yay, so good to have you here. So okay, first and foremost, I'm going to pause for a second just to say, my girl Gentili is in the building. I was super, super surprised because I want to say maybe was it yesterday or the day before, she went on Instagram and she was like, one of the people who I followed that, I considered to have kind of motivated me and showed me how to do this business thing was Sister Sense. And she put my picture up there and I was like, what? Totally geeked out, right? Totally humble. Truly, truly appreciative for that. By the way, I can't say thank you enough. I was sitting down with my hubby and I was like, remember when we went to Blogalicious? Do you remember, Shent? He was like, oh my God. Yeah, we've been on this thing for a minute, right? We've been in this online space for a minute. So it's always great to be able to not even just connect with new people, but to be able to say that there are certain people that I know in my circle and I've known them for many, many years. It just speaks to, number one, it just speaks to hard work and consistency, right? Being in it, being present for, like I said, I've been online for almost 2 decades now, for real, just no exaggeration. But it also speaks to being in a space where you're not just in this to make money. You're not just in this to have likes and lots of followers, but you're doing this because you really want to touch and reach real people. That's important. You really want to touch and reach real people. And hopefully that's something that you guys are committed to doing, right? That's hopefully you understand. It's not about going viral. It's about giving value. Okay. Not about going viral. It's about giving value, right? It's not about the numbers, but the names of the real people that you connect to. So with that being said, like I said, thank you so much for joining me, my dear. We are on 5 morning hacks. And right now I'm talking about number 4, which is the Boss Up Breakfast Breakdown, right? And basically that's just you strategically using your breakfast time. So in addition to eating, taking that time to do maybe a challenge or a training or watch a video on YouTube or listen to a podcast, listening to someone who is qualified to help you grow, right? One of my favorite messages as far as motivation is concerned is, okay, never let somebody who's never done what you've set out to do have the power to discourage you. Some of you guys are going to unqualified people, asking them for advice, asking them to take a look at your business idea, and it's the blind leading the blind, right? Do not ask direction from blind people, number one. And if they say something that really hits you or triggers you, don't let unqualified people discourage you. I've been trying to say that like 15 times a day to remind you of that, because you've got people in your circle who you consider to be, people you really love, your partner, your parent, your siblings, your best friends, your coworkers, your kids, your whoever, and you're going to them and you're talking to them about things that they don't understand, because maybe they're not a business person, they're not an entrepreneur, maybe they're going to shut you down because they've got limited beliefs as far as what they believe they can do. Maybe honestly, sometimes people don't want to see you elevate because they don't want to see you get ahead of them. But I say that to say this: you got to make sure that you fill up your cup. And for those of you who go, I don't have enough business people around me, I don't have people to go to, make a list of people that you can really feel like they're pouring into you, so you're bossing up your business. Breakfast time, right? You're watching them. Hopefully, I don't know, you watching me right now, right? You eating and you learning and you earning, all that good stuff, right? It's an eat and treat kind of situation. Amen. Amen. And yes, the consistency. So, okay. Breakfast breakdowns. Like I said, one of the things that I absolutely love to do is to have morning sessions with my clients. So like one of my clients, June, she's in the UK. So normally we're having her clarity calls either at 9 or 8 in the morning, right? We don't have one today, but I have different clients who talk to me on different days. So I've already checked my schedule, so this is not interrupting my schedule for today. But Wednesdays is when I have my clarity calls with clients. So make sure that if you want to check in with me one-on-one, you either go to callme.sistasense.com so you can schedule individual calls, or make sure you go there and take a look at this before it goes away. sistasense.com/555, because that's an opportunity for you to get 5 clarity calls, 5 months in my mastermind, and the 5-point business growth plan. Okay. It's an opportunity for me to really work with you on your first quarter goals as part of the mastermind. And honestly, when you think about it, 5 months, it's like you're going into first and second quarter. And then you're going to get my Fire Start Your Year annual planner. So you're going to get that too. There's a bunch of goods in that. As a matter of fact, it's funny enough, one of the things that really I love about my morning routines is my notebook. I'm like a notebook nut. Okay. I'm like reading through the stuff in my notebook right now. Are any notebook nuts in the building? You're like obsessed with notebook. One of the things that you guys will get as part of the 555 experience is I'm sending out custom notebooks. These are some of my custom notebooks, by the way. I don't know if you can see it because the glow up is like seriously real. This is the one that says she believed she could, and so she did, and that she is me. See, that's me on the back. Here's another one of my custom notebooks, the Hustle notebook with my girl boss girls on the cover. This one is like my favorite, even though you think the one of me would be my favorite. I don't know. This one is like my favorite because obviously I got the pillow to match. And then I've got, where is it? And then I've got the bag. So I'm obsessed with that one. And then I also have spiral notebooks too, because as you can tell, I like to be able to go through my notebooks and bam, flip them like this. These are all lined. So I have the notebooks and I have the journals as well. So I'm shipping out notebooks